Groups can be used to speed up the selection of multiple channels you're going to use together regularly. So for example, a colour wash or all the moving lights on a specific truss. A group can hold any number of channels, and a channel can be in as many different groups as you wish. To create a group, you first select the channels that you wish to be in the group. You can do this using either the commands or the channel buttons that we described in the previous video. Next, type record and group. This automatically opens the group window on the screen. You can select any one of the empty spaces on the screen, or you can type the space number and click enter. Once you have recorded a group, selecting it within this window selects all those channels you recorded within it. You can see these selected in the output window or by the LEDs under the channel faders. Another way to select groups is using syntax. Simply type group followed by the number. For example, group 1, enter, would select all the channels in group 1. Once the channels have been selected, the intensity, or anything else, can be changed in the same way we described in our previous video. So for example, touching a group and then typing at 50 enter will make those channels go to 50%. Or purely as syntax, you could type group 5 at 50 enter. The and, through and except buttons mentioned in the previous videos can also be used with groups, either by touch or by typing syntax. There's an and, except and clear button along the top of the groups window. They are there for convenience if you're using the touchscreen, but they work in exactly the same way as the and, except and clear buttons around the numerical keypad. So, group 1 and group 3, enter, selects all the channels within group 1 and group 3. You could of course type group 1 and group 3 at 50 enter, which would select all those channels and set their intensities to 50%. Group 1 and 3 enter selects all the channels within group 1 and also channel 3, because we didn't type group in front of the number 3. Group 1 except group 5 enter will select all the channels within group 1 except for any channels that are also in group 5. Group 1 except 5 enter selects all the channels within group 1 except for channel 5, because again we didn't type group in front of the number 5. Groups can be named to identify them. Simply press name and touch the group you want to name. Or you can type group 5 name. This opens an on-screen keyboard so you can type the name you wish to use. An external keyboard can also be used. If using syntax, you can record and name a group in one go. You just select the channels however you want, and then you type record group 6 name. Type the name and then press the enter key. You can also use groups to record further groups. So for example, I have 6 groups here, which are 6 trusses on my stage. With multiple select on, I can select the 3 odd groups and then record this. I can now select the even groups and record another group of those. Lastly, be aware that groups also store the order the channels were selected in, which is useful when you start applying and offsetting effects to them. So, a group where you've typed 1 through 6 enter is actually different to a group where you've typed 6 through 1 enter, which is actually different to a group where you've selected the same 6 channels but in a random order.